This is Kara from Packback. Today I'm going to walk you through the different polling options that we have on our website. So if you go to the home screen here, you can see that we have a button for questions, a button for deep dives, and a button for polls. This type of poll is just your simple poll where you have different options. Students click on an option and then their choice is recorded. Now, we do not collect right and wrong answers. So if you want to know what a student said, you could always download a report. Having polls like this is great for icebreakers or for taking attendance or for just, checking in on your community from time to time to see if they understand the material. If I click on polls, you can see that it is organized in a very similar way to what we see on deep dives and questions. We have open assignments and closed. So right now I don't have any open assignments. That means that open assignments are activities that students can actively participate in. Closed assignments would be anything that you have upcoming or things that were past due. So if I wanted to make a new poll, I'm going to click Create Poll Assignment. And it could be just poll assignment number 2. You could name it whatever you want. You can add dates to this assignment too. So you've probably seen something similar like this before. You just put in a calendar with the start date and the due date. So the poll is only active during those times, and then you have to select your time zone. I'm just going to go ahead and click that off for right now, and I'm going to add a poll. Now, this poll would just be which Spice Girl is the best. You could add a body of text here, but it is not required. If you wanted to add, a link to an article or something, depending on the different topics or modules you had, go for it. It would be great for students to have a little bit of information before they make their choice. And so because this is which Spice Girl is the best, I'm going to go ahead and add my options. So let's see. Florida Spice. Okay, and then we need another one. There we go. And then all I would do is publish the poll. So I would see it here if I need to edit or change anything around or add due dates, I could do that. Right now I'm just going to save that assignment, and then you see it just here, your list of assignments. So if then I go back here, I could see that as an open poll. And then if I was a student or an instructor, I could click on whichever Spice Girl I thought was the best and then submit my response. Okay? So if you wanted to do this as an in-class activity, this would be really fun for everybody to get into Packback, spend about 5 minutes on the poll, and then what you would do is just refresh the page, then you can see everybody's response. You can also keep it on presenter mode like I have it here, so names are hidden. Now, you could also hit the Options tab and get a QR code if you wanted to put that on screen, so students could do this with their phone. They do have to be signed into Packback for that to work, but that is kind of a fun option as well. Now, our other type of polling that we have are right in the discussion boards. So if I go to Packback questions, go to the discussion feed. If I go to my closed assignments, just because I don't have any open due dates yet, I'm going to click on this first one, Introduction to Biodiversity. Now here we have our guidepost, and then a pinned question would be a great place to put in another poll. So this one is polling with choices. So you ask the students a question, and then you give them options, A through F, and then they can click on the options, but this time the curiosity score is tied into what they've said. So if I go to add a response, here I see the question, which of the following is not a mechanism of evolutionary change? If I click on one of the answers, Then I have to summarize my perspective by defending my response. And in order for me to get full points for this, I must hit the curiosity score for this community. Now in this community, I need to get a curiosity score of a 50 in order for this response to count towards my grade. So I clicked on intelligent design here. And then if I were your students, I would type in my response. I already have one ready to go, so I'm just going to copy and paste it in for the sake of the demonstration. So here, that's what I'm going to put there. And then you can still see that we have the feedback feature. So if there's any convention, content issues, credibility, the students are going to get all of this feedback. And you also have the ability to see source credibility. So if I were to add a source down here, I could choose a book, a journal, website, other, and then just put in the DOI, ISBN, or the URL there, and then I would be getting feedback on my source. And then if I submit my post, you will see my post here, and I got a curiosity score of a 60. So the great thing about this is there's no extra grading for you, because when the students defend their multiple choice answer, it is just counted as a response. So in the normal Packback method of students posting a question, responding to a peer, they could also respond to a poll. It works really, really well, and I highly encourage it. Also, students do not see others' choices until they make their initial post. Now here I wanted to show you what this looks like in a live community. If I click on questions, closed, I'm just going to pick one. Okay, so here we have the guide post, and then right under this is the pinned professor question. Now the reason I encourage you to pin this is just so this is the first thing that students see in the community in the feed for the week right after the guide post. So here you see kind of a blurb of what the question is. The professor cited a source, and then you as the instructor can kind of hover and see the percentages of who said A, B, C, D, or E in this case. You see the collection of responses, but you also see more of an explanation. So I'm just going to click here and expand this. So we have the question, and then we have just whatever materials you want to include, whether it's academic journals, resources, articles, an explanation to just kind of get the student's mindset as to how they're going to respond. And then here you see all the collected responses. And then here we have different ways that you can filter. If you have sections, you can filter by the section. You can also filter by the type of response. So you can look at all of them as they come in with their timestamp, or just by a choice. So if I just select B here, and then I look down here, I see B is selected. I see the student's explanation about why they chose B, and then I see the curiosity score that is directly tied here. And again, the great thing is that you don't have to do any extra grading, because their response to a poll question with choices is just going to be tied into the gradebook as a normal response. But the reason I really like this application of adding in choices to the discussion board, it helps with the differentiated piece of education. So instead of doing the exact same thing every week where they are posting their own question and responding to two, they have the ability to show you a little bit more about what they know and whether they are actually understanding the content, because we can't normally see what a student actually understands just with a multiple choice, right? They can get lucky, but here you have a little bit more information about what the student is actually synthesizing, and it's great because it comes with the curiosity score. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you how to actually make one of these discussion polls. So as the instructor, what you would do is just go to any of your weeks that you already have lined up, ready to come out for students. So if this is my Packback 6, for an example, I ask a new question. And this just looks very similar to what you're already used to. You put your question here, you add a description here if you would like to, and then right down here is choices. So this is where you can add in the multiple choices. You just click add choice, and then you can see here we have the blinking cursor just on choice A, so you can actively just start typing something, add choice B, and then you just keep going until your heart's content. So this gives the instructor 8 different options for their poll. And then when you submit the post, I recommend that you just pin it so it's the first thing that students see in the feed. I think you're really going to love this feature. It's going to really show you what students know, and it's going to give students a choice to elaborate a little bit more on the content, or it's going to help them prepare for future lectures. You could do all kinds of things in which you talk about the different topics for the week and say, what did you have misconceptions about? What themes were really difficult to understand for the week? Or it could be preparing them for future lectures to say, which one of these topics are you most interested in learning about? Lots of different ways that you can pepper these into your weekly discussions to make it more interesting for students. Great. So again, your home screen would have all of the buttons with the corresponding Packback products, either questions, polls, and deep dives. And then also your match and messages right there too, in a very handy spot so you can reach out to your students. I hope that you found this video to be very helpful. And if you have any questions at all on best ways to add polls in, whether they are in class or discussion board polls, please ask your experience manager. Thanks so much. See you later.